I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I appreciate the support. And if you're interested in supporting me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon or Ko-fi link. They're in the description below. In this one, I wanted to speak to you guys about how everyone around you is a mirror reflection of who you are on the inside. And how if you're judging someone else, basically you're judging something within yourself that's already present. The miracle of this world, the beautiful thing about this world that we live in, this universe that we live in, is that everything happens for a reason. Even if you don't believe in it, I really truly believe that this is one of the universal laws of the universe we live in right now. It's just basically one of those laws that is immutable. It's not something that you can change. It's the essence of the life that we lead as human beings on this physical realm. And so one of the laws about it is that, everything happens for a reason, and thus every person that you encounter, doesn't matter how long you encounter them for. It might just be a momentary passing by each other on the street. You do that with hundreds of people up throughout your lifetime. It might be just a brief conversation where you're giving your coffee order to the barista to a coffee shop you've never been to, or to a restaurant that you are never going to go back to. So it's a brief momentary contact. Or it might just be someone in your family that you're going to spend a lot of time with, and someone that perhaps irks you, or perhaps you love them to death, or they bring up your triggers or your issues and they make you face it, right? Now, some of these momentary contacts are not really truly a mirror reflection, or perhaps they are, but something very small, something that doesn't really matter that much. But I've noticed for myself that every single meeting that I've been having nowadays has been enlightening, to say the least, right? I'll give you a quick example, obviously, to illustrate my point. A couple of days ago, I went for dinner with this person I have met many times in my yoga class, but never really sat down and had a long conversation with. And so it was nice, she invited me to dinner. I was like, yeah, of course, let's do it. Because I thought that there might be something in this that I need to observe. Maybe there's a reason for it, because she never suggested it before, but all of a sudden she's like, let's meet up. And so I'm like, maybe the universe is trying to send me a message through her. And that's how I kind of look at everything that happens in my life. I always kind of try to give it a deeper meaning, because then that means that everything that happens has a deeper meaning. It's not just random superficial stuff, because if everything is random and superficial, then you have a random and superficial life. I don't want that. I want my life to be deeper and full of meaning. And so I assign that meaning and deepness to everything that happens. It's my way of looking at it, right? My creation. My life is my creation, basically. And so we met up, and I think she's lonely perhaps, or whatever it might be, and she had things to say, and she said them. And I realized like with my eyes bright open and just craziness in my mind, I realized that she's basically showing me what my path could be if I did not keep on doing the work that I'm doing right now, especially the yoga that I am doing right now. And so I noticed a lot of similarities and just parallel paths between us. And I noticed where I could end up if I did not continue my practice. And now, nothing to say about her. She's obviously on her own path, and she's doing the best she can, and maybe this is the way she needs to go in order to realize that this is not enough for her. Whatever it might be, I'm not judging her in this moment in time. I'm realizing in that moment in time that she's basically a reflection of whatever is inside of me, right? And is possibility for me, right? And so I'm sitting there thinking, wow, I am so grateful for all of the healing tools that I have at my disposal. I'm so grateful for the yoga that I have and all the other awesome things that I'm able to do with my day. Because otherwise, I would be lost and confused and meandering through life as this person was, in some way, shape, or form. Now, of course, she has an amazing life and she's doing amazing things with it, but there's some points where I notice similarities between her and me. I was sitting there, after the dinner, I'm sitting in bed trying to reflect on the dinner and trying to realize, okay, what is the message here? What's going on here? It seems really important. Something in me was telling me to observe and to calculate and to reflect on this dinner because it had a lesson within it. My intuition was telling me this, or the universe, whatever it might be. And so I sat there, and that's the realization I had, was that she was basically, there are 2 pathways or 100 pathways I could have taken with my life, obviously. But right now I'm taking a certain pathway with the way I'm doing the things that I do. So I'm, trying to make sure that I am focused and I'm working on my stuff, and I'm trying to waste as little time as possible on social media and other random things. I do spend a couple hours a day or more sometimes reading manga, but I always think of it as research, and I like it. It's fun for me. It's play, so I don't think of it as a waste of time. But in general, I'm trying to live my life by certain rules, by certain precepts. And I realized if I did not keep on doing this work that I'm doing, the meditation, the yoga, the healing, the TRE, the journaling, the walking, everything, I would fall into the trap of just sitting around all day long, reading manga, not doing anything useful with my life, or not doing anything impactful with my life, and feeling dissatisfied in general, which is the word that she used. She feels dissatisfied with herself and with the way her life is taking shape. And I know I've been there before. I've been on that, journey and that path in the past many times. Yeah, I would try to rebalance myself and then fall back upon being dissatisfied, and then try again and then fall back upon being dissatisfied. And I think it's a good thing. Being dissatisfied is a good thing, because it's one of those seeds that pushes us, prompts us to make changes. Otherwise, we would just sit there in that dissatisfied manner for the rest of eternity until we die. But human beings are not like that. They want to change, they want to grow, and they want to mold themselves into better versions of themselves, right? And so if that niggle of dissatisfaction is what prompts us, it pushes us and also alerts us to realize that something is wrong, something is not going right. Why am I feeling this way? What is it about my life that's causing me to be dissatisfied? And then we kind of poke and prod at our life and the way we live it, and then we have realizations, and then we change our life in little manners or big manners, and then we are able to live a more satisfactory life, perhaps for a few moments, perhaps for the rest of eternity. And again, if we feel dissatisfied again, we again change, and the cycle continues. And this kind of causes us to go, level up every single time. So it's a good thing, it's not a bad thing. But I realized that I won't have to go through those dissatisfied moments if I keep on working on the things that I'm working on right now. And that revelation was so powerful to me, and I share this with you guys because there's so many lessons in that. But also that, everyone around you is a mirror reflection of you. It's a reflection, it's a mirror, it's showing you what's inside of you. The problem with humans, and maybe it's a good thing as well, but some of the problems with humans, many problems, are that we are able to ignore the truth. We're able to paste over truth with something else, or we're able to ignore truth to say, oh, I don't really need to work on that. I'm just going to go have some ice cream or some sugar or some carbs, or I'm going to go have some sex, and I'm going to ignore the truth. And very easy for us to do that because the truth sometimes hurts. It hurts really badly. And so what the universe does is that in order to send us that message of you're going in the wrong direction, or this is a truth that you need to pay attention to, you can't ignore it, it sends us people into our life. Yeah. And I love that because it's such a powerful way for us to see what's really going on within us. And I really believe, as I said, everyone comes into your life to show you something about yourself. Yeah. Show you something that perhaps you're doing right, sometimes things you're not doing right, sometimes things that you are doing terribly. And so, you show the people come into your life, and you are welcome to, because the universe is pushy, but not that pushy. You're welcome to take the lesson or ignore it. Yeah. And also you can just be like, well, I'm just going to judge that person. It's not really me. I'm not like that. They're like this. The reality probably is that there's something within you that person irks or triggers. And it's because that person, you judge that person because that item, whatever it might be, is within you as well. And you know that, and that's why you judge that other person, because you're basically judging yourself, really. And so I just love it. I love this idea that every person that I meet, that I talk to, that I encounter is teaching me something about myself. Even the trolls that come onto my channel and onto all the different various social medias that I'm on, they are trying to teach me something as well, right? Sometimes it's a good lesson that, oh, I'm really reaching people, and that's great. Sometimes it's a lesson where it says, I don't think I dealt with that troll really well. I need to do better next time. And so there's always a lesson in all of these encounters. If we kind of start moving through life in such a manner that, every person is coming into our life for a reason, I think our life would be so much more meaningful, so much more fruitful, and so much more enlightening. You get all of these insights from people and lessons from people that perhaps you would have ignored before because you did not consider them as messengers from the universe. Whereas I and a lot of other people on this planet are looking at it in that manner. Now, I didn't always look at it in this manner, so I have a long way to go. But now that I look at it in this manner, I do realize that it is so powerful. And thus, I wanted to share this with you guys as well. So hopefully in the future, if you meet someone or if you encounter someone, you can kind of sit down, sit back, and perhaps think, what is this person trying to tell me? What is the universe trying to tell me through this person? What is the lesson or message from the universe for me in this moment in time? And can you imagine how amazing that would be if you could garner these lessons and really inculcate and use them to better yourself? It would be such a powerful life that you lead. So I hope this makes sense. It is a complicated, abstract topic, so if you have any questions, message me or comment below and I shall do another video on this. And again, thank you so much for supporting me. If you want to support me further, you can do that by going to my Ko-fi link, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.